This is How Far.
A podcast hosted by
Me, Temi Otedola.
and me, Mr. Eazi. Yo, Temi, how far? What's up?
I'm good. I'm more than good.
That's not how you just go. I'm good. I'm more than good.
I did.
Somebody will not realize that somebody woke up this morning. I woke up this morning and turned to my right because we've switched sleeping
Size.
positions.
Yeah.
I turned to my right and then I don't find you.
Yes.
And I think it's the first time I'm actually experiencing, when
it's
you
not
say,
nice, is it?
yeah, because you tell me, by the way, guys, full disclosure, when Temi and I are together, most nights when we're in the same place, when she wakes up, a lot of mornings, most mornings when she wakes up, she doesn't find me by the bed because I've woken up super early.
Yep.
And when I wake up in the morning, I want to go do my phone calls. I literally wake up and start going into phone calls. So
Yes.
I go to a separate room and then I'm on phone calls or I'm even maybe just watching Netflix really or playing music from my phone, which Temi hates. Why she hates playing music from phone, I don't understand.
I find it jarring. It's jarring to the ear because I think I have a very sensitive ear, so I need a sound system for like every experience. I need headphones or I need speakers. The iPhone, like mini iPhone speakers, are jarring to me. So if you guys are listening to this podcast from your iPhone with no headphones, I don't know how you're doing it, but I respect it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this different. This morning was different to most because Toastin is usually up, out of bed. I wake up alone and lonely and lonesome. But this morning it was the other.
You're making it sound grim.
No. I mean, like,
Come on.
I miss your radiating body
There
heat.
we go again, talking about my body heat.
So this morning was different because I woke up at the crack of dawn, 6 a.m., headed to boxing class with Gigi. Gigi is our third member of the podcast. We talk about her too much.
For this season, I mentioned Gigi twice.
And it was just good to get in a good sweat early in the morning. I usually do my hot yoga at 6 a.m. But today I did boxing and it was great. You have to come to a class.
Yeah.
They were playing your music.
Yeah, you said. So I woke up and then I turned to my right. Usually I just see you and then I stand up. And I was like, okay, where is this babe? And then I slept back. I thought maybe you've gone to the bathroom or something. And then I woke up again and you were not there. And like I was like, okay,
Aww.
this is what it looks like.
Did you miss me?
Yeah, I missed you. And I think by the time I woke up the third time, you had come.
Yeah.
But like it was just different. When you do your hot yoga, you're calm. It calms you down.
Yeah.
But when you came in today, you were just like
I was ready to fight.
You were ready to box. You were ready to when and day, meal rack. You were ready to rack.
I was ready to rack. Like, I think the endorphins from like a HIIT workout are like crazy. It feels like it's like a natural high.
Yeah.
It's like, who needs alcohol when you have endorphins? Yeah. What's your workout routine right now? And how are you?
Me, I'm good. I've just been in a place where I think that's what we should talk about this whole episode. It's like I've been in a place where as an individual I'm growing, and then now I'm at this place where there's some decisions I have to make, or I'm in a place where like I have to make some decisions, and I never knew I would ever be like it will ever happen that I will be making this kind of decisions. Like when you have to make like cutthroat business decisions, or you're at places where like you always thought it was either this or that.
Yeah.
And then you're seeing that maybe there might be a third option.
Yeah.
So I'm in the place where I have to make grown up decisions. Let me just put it like that. And I think that's what we should talk about today. It's like, and I'm just coming to terms with the fact that okay, I think by the way, guys, I still think I'm a baby boy, but
oh, you look like a baby boy.
Maybe, thank you very
much. You're not
much.
a day over 18.
But maybe it is time to make that grown up decision, and it is like
I
crazy.
I think there's a gray area in life, and you've said this before. The right thing is not always the easiest thing.
Yeah.
So the hard thing can be the easy thing. No, oh gosh. Well, wait. The hard thing can be the right thing, and the easy thing can be the wrong thing.
Yes, and also the easy thing might be the right thing, and the hard thing can be the wrong thing.
Yeah, you never know.
And is that even right or wrong?
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's just, okay, it's just from where you look at it. Like, okay, I need to make this decision. Like, for somebody, it's the right decision. For another person, it's not the right decision. If you're the one gaining, it's the right decision for you. But for the other person, not the right. And it's like having to make this decision. It's like, I never want to. Somebody should just call my mommy and daddy to make the decision.
I know. Like, sometimes I'm like, I wish I was still in my mother's womb.
Well, that's too far.
I mean, like, you know when you go home and your mommy just holds you and you're like, I have nothing to fear. There's nothing like that type of embrace. But I saw actually a quote that I really liked when I face these things. I mean, in your situation, we can't talk about it, but it is obviously deep. Yeah. I'm not saying it's life or death, but it's very, very intense. But I love the saying that in life, it's not always about making the right or wrong decision. It's about making a decision. And also, I saw this. There's also this Michael Jordan quote that every time I made a decision in life, I just never second guessed it. Yeah. So just be like, there's a power in being decisive. Just decide. Like, even when it comes to your lunch, should I have chicken? Should I have beef? Should I have rice?
I don't like deciding. I just like you making the decision.
One thing about Tosin is that I have to decide what he eats.
1000%.
But I'm saying it's like, at the end of the day, you're gonna have food and you're gonna be full. So don't spend 20 minutes of your day like, oh, what should I eat? Like, just be decisive, keep it pushing. If you didn't like the food, next time you won't eat that type of food. And you've learned a lesson there. So even if you order the wrong lunch, there's a lesson in that.
I think we should stay on this for a while. What jumps straight out to you? One of the things that, first of all, I think growing up is a scam.
Yeah. Being an adult
is a scam. Like, it's like, when you're growing up, when I was growing up, I was thinking, the moment I get out of my parents' house, then I'll have all the freedoms I want. Nobody saying, Tosin. That's how my mom calls me. Tosin. I might even be right behind that. Tosin. Nobody saying, Tosin, go and wash the plate. Tosin, go and wash your clothes. Or, I want to watch TV till midnight. Don't watch TV till it's your bedtime. So I was just thinking that, when I grow up, by the time I grow up, I'll just be free and nobody will be there to disturb me. But now realizing that it's like growing up is usually like...
There are pros and cons.
Yeah, you're even entering a deeper place of like, maybe you're no more free when you grow up. So what's the like... Yeah. What are the things? Maybe what's the first thing that jumps to mind? Like, if I say growing up is a scam, like what's the thing that just comes to you straight up? What does that even mean?
No, I think you're so right. Like, I remember when I was like 12, 13, I'll come home for summer holidays. Yeah. Because I went to boarding school. And you sleep at home the first night, you're back at home, you're so excited because you don't usually live at home, you're watching TV. By day 2, my mom will come and say, okay, holiday is over. Mm-hmm. Everybody, come and get your Bible. It's time for Bible study. Yeah. And basically, I was like, I cannot wait to just have Bible study. Don't get me wrong, I love me some Bible study. But let's just say I was writing notes and essay. So it was like Bible camp at home, which also we don't mind. But I just remember thinking, I cannot wait to control my day. You know, when you have no control over what you do, what time you wake up, what time you eat.
As a kid, right?
Yeah, there's no freedom over your time. Yeah. And time for me is my biggest is my most valued asset, is time. Mm-hmm. So I remember thinking, wow, I cannot wait to just have all the time to do whatever I want. And now as an adult, I feel like there's just never enough hours in the day. Like by the time you wake up, you do your email, you say hello to I say hello to Tosin, I start having staff meeting, I do this, I work out, I sleep. It's just like it feels like you're on a hamster wheel and it just keeps on churning, it keeps on churning. We look forward to the weekend. We're tired on the weekend, so we rest. Then Monday morning starts again. So I feel like almost my concept of time when I was younger was even a bit, more freeing. Because when you felt like, oh my gosh, um, Peter is having a party in 2 months, and you would just wait every day for that 2 months. Or like your mom is gonna take you to your once a year McDonald's in a week, and
I like
you
how
just
you
count
always
down.
count down to McDonald's.
Because McDonald's was
And
rare.
you count down
It was
to
so rare.
drinking soft drink.
It was rare. So that's what I'm saying, is that you would genuinely have joy in looking forward to things.
Yeah.
And now it's like, not what do we have to look forward to, but I think that there's something so pure in what we looked forward to, what was a stress in our life. Like, what were you stressed about when you were 11? Tell me.
When I was 11, I was stressed about I was stressed about my neighbor downstairs being pregnant for me. Because I'd watched
Oh my
you know, in those old Ninja movies and in Sunday school, they would, like, it will be like you see in the Ninja movie, you just see a boy and a girl just hug or just kiss, and then
She's
after the
pregnant.
kiss, she's pregnant, and then the mommy and daddy is coming to say, "You've gotten my daughter pregnant. You must get married." And like that used to terrify me because our neighbor downstairs were in this block of 4 flats. Out of the 4 flats, three people, like there was only one that was vacant. The landlord never rented that out. And for some reason, that vacant one always looked like the one we wanted to break into. It just looked so cool. But anyway, the girl downstairs, me and the girl downstairs, we used to kiss. We used to kiss at the back of the
I
house.
love one, okay.
Yes.
Started early.
So I think that was my biggest fear.
So you thought she might be pregnant?
Yeah, I thought she might be pregnant. And every time her mom would come and knock in the house, my heart would beat. Boom, 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 boom.
But that's how pure is that? Like that was what can keep you up at night. And like mine would be that, like me and my sisters were obsessed with Sims. Like Sims the game.
Yeah, the game.
So I'd be like, Ife had 1 extra hour than me on Sims. That's not fair. Like that's what would be stressing me.
Yeah.
Imagine. How much time I had to play Sims. That's what was stressing me. So for you,
it's like the first thing that jumps to mind is time. And the fact that, like, growing up, you then see that, okay, you think you have all the freedom to do whatever you want with the time, but then now you don't really because
life happens. You know what I mean? And I think when you're younger, you just want to be older. You want to be older. You want to be older. Like, I can't wait to be 16. I can't wait to be 17. I can't wait to be 18. And then suddenly it's like, wait, my knees are hurting. Like, I want to be 21 again.
Yeah. I think
it's crazy.
I think one of the do you want to say something?
No, please go ahead.
I think one of the one of the things that first hits me up, like when I think about growing up, is like responsibilities.
Yeah.
Because it's like, let's even start from rent. Let's start from rent. Like, yes, anytime I see my niece or my nephew, actually my nephew, because my nephew is just always running around. Anytime I look at my nephew is just running around, living rent-free, not having to work,
eating food,
and he's the boss of the house.
Watching Power Rangers
and wanting everybody to come and watch. Remember, watching everybody.
He said we have to watch Power Rangers.
Yeah, we have to watch Power Rangers. But that guy is not even paying rent. And you don't even realize how much rent really means until you grow up, and now you say, I want to live. I remember growing up, like, one of the things I wanted to do was leave the house. Like many times, me and my sister would plan. My sister even packed sometimes. She wanted to run away from home because
why were you guys always running away?
Because she wanted to have like, we'll have a house, we'll do. But guess what? We don't know that we have to pay rent.
And you actually just be sleeping in the streets. That's so funny.
I think somebody should have warned. If somebody had warned me enough of what rent means,
council tax,
I would have not left home. I would have just stayed in my parents' house.
Yeah.
And let them just be paying for the rent.
Honestly, like, if I had a child, if I see my child smiling and eating while I'm there going to do 9 to 5, like, the audacity of children, like, you're so ignorant to the fact that your parents are just jumping over the earth for you.
Yeah.
Shout out to parents. Let's just do a quick moment to every parent.
Let's do parents' gratitude for like the next 2 seconds.
2 seconds. Not 1 minute. Not even 1 minute. No, like shout. Oh, we're going to view school. We're going to interviews. Oh, Temi has exams. Oh, we have to buy a book. We have to buy school uniform.
Yeah.
Bruh. Do you remember the other week we were driving to buy crepe and I saw that mommy and daughter. It was a Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
And the daughter was wearing boots, coat, and hat. And I was like to you, like after the mom dressed herself, she then went to go and put on boots, coat, and like you really look after an entire human being and you're responsible for their life.
Yeah.
Do you think that sounds like a great moment? Like, or is there fear in that? Like the responsibility of being a parent?
I think I think I'll never understand that until I'm actually a parent.
Yeah.
But like just from like my friends and like my sister, and I think beginning to realize like there's so many like just having a kid, especially if you want to be responsible. Like there's so many, like what if you send your kid to school and then they just want to be a bad boy? Like they
what
just
can you
want,
do?
like you actually have, yeah, you could lead a kid to, like there's no formula. Like if I like, you could have 2 kids in the same house, the same teachings from the parents, the same guidance, and the 2 of them will turn out different ways. So I think having raising a kid is like throwing a dice. Like you have no control. You can influence to a large effect, but you have no control of how that kid would turn out.
Yeah. And I think also on the parent side, like the older you get, the more slack you give. Because think about how imperfect we both are, right?
Yeah.
But when you're growing up, you think your parent is like superhuman.
Yeah.
That they can't be wrong about anything.
Yeah.
And you're like, they're just people trying to make life work.
Yeah.
Like your parents don't know everything. And guess what? Like they're just trying to figure out life and now they're raising you.
Yeah.
Do you get? Like they don't really know how to do everything perfectly.
Yeah.
And don't you feel like a kid?
Yeah, true.
Like, and my mom, my mom had me at my age plus 2 other kids. Like, nobody really knows what they're doing.
Wow, I think
nobody knows what they're doing.
Can you say that again? Can you say that last part?
Excuse
Your mom
me.
had can you say that?
My mom had 3 kids. She was raising.
Kids?
My mom was raising 3 kids at my age. I believe.
Old is that?
We don't have time for the maths, but
so basically at 25, Temi's 25.
I don't know if it was
26.
25, but around 25.
Your mom already, your
she
mom
was
already
raising
had
3
like
kids.
3 kids.
Yeah, she was raising 3 kids. So I'm just saying, it's like me. I wouldn't know what to, I'll be winging it, like just doing my best.
Yeah.
So I think the older we get, the more we can respect that. Like nobody really knows what they're doing.
100%.
Did you feel that way?
No, yeah. I think a grown up moment for me, like, was the day I start to see my mom as like my mom and dad as boy and girl.
What?
Boy and girl in the sense of they're in a relationship. No, like
Tosin, you're so funny.
It's like, I
Tosin,
swear
you're
to
so
God, and
funny.
I'm sure plenty people that are
What
listening
does
to
that
this.
mean?
I'm sure plenty people that are listening to this. It's like, if you're when
Like
you're
they're
growing
a
up,
couple?
yes, like if you're growing up, you're
Yeah.
seeing. I don't know, like about a lot of people, but I'm sure there are a lot of people that relate to what I'm about to say. It's like you see your parents as one, mommy and daddy as one in your head, like they're two individuals. Like, you know what you go to mommy for, you know what you go to daddy for. You exploit the relationship,
Yeah.
you know. But somewhere, like, let me just speak for myself. I still saw them as one. So when I'm talking, and my parents are very close, so anything you tell mommy, you know that daddy has heard. There's no secret. Anything you tell daddy, he's gonna snitch and tell mommy. Maybe mommy will not say anything about it, but like, they tell themselves everything. So in your head, you just think it's one unit. In my head, I just thought it's one.
Yeah.
But now,
They're individuals.
yeah, I think the growing up moment
Yeah.
is me realizing that mommy is like, I don't even think I properly looked at my mom as a woman. Like, I just looked at my mom as like this super
Human. That's what I'm saying.
human,
Superhuman
like
person.
this person,
Yeah.
and my dad too, and then both of them as a unit. And now growing up, I'm then beginning to realize that they are two different individuals, and daddy has his own characters, and he has his own, like, this is his build up, this is who he is. And mommy has her own character and who she is and her background and her beliefs, even down to beliefs, ideologies. It's only personalities. It's
Yeah.
now I'm even realizing that, oh,
Yeah.
these two people have two different personalities. So I think my growing up moment, one of the growing up moments is, aside from, realizing that, oh, I have to pay rent, is also realizing that, okay, my mom and dad are two different
people. Yeah.
Like, and,
that's really interesting.
And then I think the point where you've grown up is when your, like, daddy starts to tell you stuff about mommy. Like, daddy starts to snitch.
Yeah, but think about it. Like, if we had a kid right now, won't we be gisting? Won't we be like sharing teas? We'll be like, if you had 4 kids, you'd be like, oh, this is the tea. With that child.
On the child.
Like, we'll be gossiping about the children, no?
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah,
but isn't it everybody that we just about?
Yeah.
We giggle about?
Yeah, you do that. But it's like, but you don't actually realize that that's what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought about that until now.
Yeah,
like, what do my parents say about me?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I promise you guys, one season we're gonna get Ajibade family on, and
I think we're gonna get my dad.
Your dad.
If we get my dad on this podcast, we're gonna have to edit the podcast because that guy is just gonna be
unfiltered. I know. So let's try and get your dad.
And my mom too.
And then my mom. I think my mom would be awesome.
Your mom would be awesome. And we could get your dad as well.
Yeah. That would be cool.
I think I want to get your dad on the podcast.
I already know he'll say
and also my mom.
Life is about destiny.
We have a talk of destiny and my mom too. But yeah, realizing that these two in the comment section, I want people to share like the kind of gossips your mom tells you about your dad and your dad tells you about your mom. I want to know those teas. Do you understand? When your dad is reporting your mom to you and your mom is reporting your dad to you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So tell me, what are that like, oh my God, I'm grown up moment?
Oh, this is one that hits me every time. When you go to the club and you're not the youngest person there. The way I said that, I probably have 3 more years of BBL dress.
I get you.
Do you get, like, obviously age is a concept and everybody do what they want, but like I'm now like, damn, how many more years do I have to clock in the club? On like every weekend thing without it looking like this girl's in the club every weekend and she's 30 plus. And again, if you're 30 plus and you go to the club, I respect that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I used to be that 17-year-old, in the club, and I'll be like the youngest person, feeling like the fresh meat. And now, I've been around the block a couple times. But I think it's different. I think, again, like, just because of the society we live in, it's always different for men. Because, I be seeing our 50 plus dudes in the club.
Yeah.
And that's just a normal Friday night.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel that when you go out? Like, oh, I'm no longer the youngest person at this bar or restaurant.
Yeah, obviously. I think for me, it's when I'm on tour, it's more glaring. Because, or like, when I'm checking on Instagram now, and I'm seeing, like, the people joining in TikTok challenges. And, like, now I don't even know those people. Like, 4 years ago, I knew almost all the people that were interacting. But now you don't know those people. And you're seeing the new celebs. And then the other day, you were telling me, you were like, oh, you were telling me, oh, you were in the club and there were these Gen Zs on the other table. And like that was you realizing that, okay, I'm not the youngest. I'm not that coolest. I'm 18.
And I was kind of like the older sis.
Yeah,
like,
now
giving out the shots. And I was like, wait, how do I feel about this?
Do you know the other day I saw my friend's kids in Ghana. I was in Twist and I saw the boy and the girl. Like I didn't even realize, like, I still look at them as kids. But like, come on, they're like maybe like 18 and 16. And then I'm just there, like, walking from the entrance to the club, and I see this boy and his sister in the club. And then for a minute, I was like, in my head, I was like, are these people not too young to be in the club? And then one of them came to me and said, uncle. He didn't even call me Eazi. He was like, uncle. I was like, oh my God. I went from, I wanted to ask them, what are you guys doing in the club? Does your mom know you're outside? But immediately the guy called me uncle. I was like, okay, I don't want to be that uncle. So when he asked me, I was just like, oh, are you guys good? Do you want to join my table? And it's like, oh, wow.
No, like, deadass, if you're under 10 and you call me auntie, I'm not replying. Like, I'm going to be that 50-year-old woman who's like, no, it's just Temi. Don't worry. Like, I don't need all that auntie energy. I'm 25. Let's chill. We young still.
Nobody should call Temi auntie.
Don't call me auntie. It's okay. But yeah, so that's something that's kind of glaring to me. And also, I have the feeling sometimes that I'm no longer on the pulse of what's cool. Like, I don't have my finger on the pulse of, like, the cool shit. And that's why I have to watch TikTok, because otherwise I won't know anything.
Yeah. It's just like how I get lost when you're telling me bing bong and I didn't know what. I was like, what's that?
Joe Byron, right?
No, I don't know.
Oh my gosh. We have an uncle here.
You were like, bing bong. I
bing
was like,
bong.
what is this bing bong?
Bing bong.
And how hard it is, to even use TikTok. You're like, and all your nieces and nephews are using TikTok.
They're doing dance trends.
TikTok queen right now.
Am I? I mean, go follow me on TikTok. Shameless plug. But yeah, if anyone wants to come, any 15-year-old wants to come and intern for us, we won't complain.
Please. I think this is an opportunity where we do a call out if you're like 16 to 19.
Gen Z.
If you're Gen Z and you want to intern for us, put something in the comments. Like, maybe share your TikTok on these YouTube comments if you want to, and your location, and then we'll contact you.
Yeah, we need some young blood.
Thank you very much, guys. I want to talk about yesterday. Well, we're watching this movie and you showed me what was that thing you showed me? Love languages. I don't even know how we ended up.
How did we talk about that?
Love languages.
Yeah.
We were just doing something and then we were searching something online and then we just ended up at love languages and then we started going through it. So I was just thinking maybe we go through that.
Yeah.
That here.
So what I'll do is I'll read out all 5 of them. Mm-hmm. And then we can kind of talk about maybe our most important and least important and maybe why. Mm-hmm. So, you guys can do this at home at the same time as us. It's kind of fun. So just Google the 5 love languages. Go to Google Images. You'll see a breakdown. And the 5 love languages are words of affirmation, quality time, gift giving, acts of service, and physical touch. Tush, 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 tush.
Physical touch sounds interesting. I like physical
I'm
touch.
sure you do.
What does physical touch mean?
It means like you just want to be held. Like, you know, when I come in, I'm like, oh, you haven't hugged me yet.
Oh, that one.
Do you know why? We were laughing when we did this alone because I was saying that I'm actually all 5. That's how high maintenance I am.
So you think you're all 5?
No. I will say, honestly, my most important is words of affirmation.
Are you sure? I don't think you're...
No, not really.
So what's
maybe acts of service.
What's like words of affirmation? Let's take it like clockwise from words of affirmation.
So words of affirmation is just like, you know, someone to be like, you know,
you're like you're the best. You can do it.
You can do it. Or like, I guess if you like dress up, oh, you look so good tonight.
Okay. So words of affirmation is like the same as like throwing compliments.
Yeah, like they need to verbally hear love. So for example, encourage, affirm, appreciate, empathize, listen actively. So someone who's going to listen to you and be like, don't worry, you got this. Or just like verbally encourage you.
Let me hold on. I just whilst we're having this question, I just remembered that I want to get my lawyers to write to something. So to write to somebody. So I need to... This is still going to be in the podcast. So I need to put the notes.
I'm done.
Lawyers should...
And who said men can't multitask?
This person just came to mind that's done something, and I want the lawyers to write to them. It just came to me, like right in the middle. So what's the affirmation? For me, it's like, okay, so on a scale of 1 to 5, how important is... So let's do it so that we'll end up on what Temi's
score is. Let's do a scoreboard. I like this. I think for words of affirmation, I need someone who's like an active listener. I think your listening is really, really good. And like I can come to you and rant, which is really important without you without you downplaying it. I feel like when people speak and communicate, they just like to be listened to. So maybe it's actually really important for me. I would say maybe that's like a 4 for me.
A 4?
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, words of affirmation, I don't know. Maybe I'll put like a 1.
Yeah, you don't really care.
Maybe like a 1.
Do you even listen when anyone is talking?
Can you stop?
No, I'm saying like you don't care if someone says, oh, you're doing a good job. You're like, as long as you know what you're doing, you don't care. That's what I'm saying.
But okay.
Because you're so self-assured. Whereas I need a lot of feedback emotionally. I'm saying it's a good thing. You don't need someone to affirm you.
Yeah, but sometimes I like it when you're like, oh, you're so smart. Or,
fine.
Like, so maybe I'll keep it a 1 or 2.
2, give it a 2.
Let me put it 2 over 5.
Like last night, I was just telling Tosin how naturally charismatic he was and how I was so jealous.
This girl can lie. Guys, they lie. She was telling me that people... So this is the truth. You see how girls change story? So she was literally telling me that... So I was reading out a mail. I had some meeting. And then I was reading out how the person said, oh, Mr. Eazi, charisma, blah, 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 this, that. It was making my head swell.
This is like a finance meeting as well. Yeah. I don't know how it became so romantic.
Yeah, and then you were like...
gosh.
You were like, I'm sure you were just on your phone throughout.
Yeah, not even giving eye contact.
So slowly, and then somebody interprets it as charisma. So, guys, let me just change that story. Temi was not hailing me and
I was babe, I genuinely was. But I do have a theory that the slower you talk, the more profound people think you are. So I said, Tosin, genuinely, like, should I talk? Because I talk really fast in real life.
Yeah, that's
I was like, T, should I genuinely like talk slower?
Yeah.
So people think I'm deeper than I am.
I think it's not just the talking slowly. It's also like the voice. You see, my voice is like, there's just something about this voice. Not me watching myself. Okay, let's move on to quality time.
Okay.
What's quality time? So guys, join us. Join us and just do this. Like,
just do this.
Have fun with it.
If you're alone, do it for a potential partner or for yourself. Like what you need to give yourself. Or if you're in a couple, do it with your partner. I think that'll be fun. Yeah. So quality time. Quality time for me is important again, just because I value quality over quantity. So I'd rather spend 2 quality hours with someone than just have them around me all day and we're not like talking or gisting or having fun.
What's quality time to you? Like,
yeah, quality time is like setting up dates. It's like when we're talking, we're not just both WhatsApping while we're talking. It's like eating a meal at home together. Okay. It's like being in bed watching TV or like reading a book. It's just like that nice.
So that's like 5.
Intimacy, really.
That's 5 over 5.
No. I would say that's a 3.
Oh, you put that lesser than words of affirmation?
Yeah.
Wow. Guys, you see, now I'm learning. So now I have to be doing more words of affirmation.
What's your quality time?
I think quality time to me is like you said, like, you know, eating together at home. Yeah, going on a date to eat in some restaurant. We've not done that this year.
I think that's the one we need to work on the most.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a pandemic, but we don't really go for dates anymore like that. Because we're home most of the time.
Yeah. That's so fair. Like going out to do that. I don't know, maybe like watching a movie together like at home.
But I know someone will fall asleep.
Lately, I've not been falling asleep.
I mean, last night you fell asleep watching The Internals. And the thing was so loud.
The thing is that I don't even know. Like, I don't know. I think I used to be a huge Marvel guy. And now I'm realizing that maybe it has become too much with all this multi-universe and back. And like, it's just becoming too... I just like my box office just very straightforward. Hey, hero wins. That's the end. I don't like having to go back and an alternate universe and bring... And like, I'm not so much of a fan of mixing, like in the same movie, there's Spider-Man and Superman and this person and that. Like, it's just too much for me.
Like the origin stories, we don't need all that. I'm not get
so
to it.
So quality time for me, I think quality time is important. But sometimes it's like just the person being around, we being in the same space. I don't know if that interprets as quality time.
No, but I think that can strengthen a relationship. But what I like about you regarding quality time is that you insist that we do New Year's Eve, Valentine's, birthdays together. Yeah. I think that's really nice that you insist that wherever we are in the world, we at least do those milestones.
Yeah. I think maybe Valentine's and New Year's is kind of like birthdays. Sorry.
Yeah, birthdays.
Like on the priorities, like birthday and New Year's Eve, I think is important. Like, if you can, obviously, if you can be together with that. So me, I'll give myself quality time. Maybe I'll give myself 3. Definitely stronger than words of affirmation.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's more important for you.
Okay, gift giving. How important is gift giving to you?
Gift giving or gift receiving?
Yeah, gift. So it will be gift
receiving. Let's talk about receiving.
Yeah.
So for me, that's like thoughtfulness, making your spouse a priority, and like...
Are you reading from somewhere or you're just saying this straight from the mouth? Guys,
he caught me. He caught me. No, I found a reference that had a bit of a breakdown of examples, so we don't get confused.
Okay.
We don't want to give people wrong information. So for me, gifts, like, I love a gift, like a thoughtful gift. Like thoughtful spelled THOTFUL.
Not thoughtful.
Like thoughtful.
I like a thoughtful gift. I want a thoughtful gift.
Thoughtful.
So how important is a gift receiving for you?
It's important just because I feel like there's nothing like coming home and like just seeing flowers just because it's a Tuesday. And again, it's really not about how expensive the gift is. It's just the fact that someone has like seen something and thought about you. Or like the other night, I don't know if this counts, but like we had both finished work And then the door rings and you had ordered dinner for us, like my favorite cipriani pomodoro. And like you had just done it without telling me. And it was just something that just showed that you cared and showed that you were thinking about me and wanted me to be well fed. And I think it's really nice, like just having small little gestures that say, I love you, I care about you, I want you to have this thing. So I do appreciate receiving gifts. I do put words of affirmation above that though. Still.
What is you put word of affirmation, so over 5, what's gift receiving?
Maybe 3 as well.
3.
Yeah.
Now, staying on the gift receiving, I think, and I'd ask you about an epic fail, like a gift flop. Have you ever felt? Before you answer that question, I'll give you my.
Yeah, give me your side.
A gift flop. So the question is, have you ever had like a time where you've received a gift? No, you've given a gift and you felt it was a flop. Me, I'll talk about my own. Yeah. So I remember this time, Temi's birthday, and then I was not around. I was in New York. I was in New York, and then I sent you a gift. I think I sent
you remember this?
Bag and something
and shoes.
I sent you a gift.
Yeah,
and it was an expensive.
It was
gift.
very expensive, but it was not.
I sent a gift, and then I never even asked you 2 things. So and then I had somebody on my team help me write the card.
Yeah, I did not like that.
And sent to you, and that was like a very, very, very epic fail.
Yeah.
What made it a fail? What were the things that made it a fail to you? Is it that you didn't like what I gave you, or like
that was the only time I could tell you didn't pick the gift, because you know me well, and I knew that if you you admitted that your assistant had picked it out.
No, but I kind of picked it.
Yeah, but they show you options.
Like, what should we get?
Yeah, and then the card was written by a woman. Like, it just felt really impersonal, and that's the only time that has happened. So it shows that you have bought me gifts that were less expensive, but I absolutely loved, because it felt like you just know who I am. You know, there's nothing like feeling like someone doesn't understand you. There's something there that just makes you feel. Yeah, it just doesn't make you feel good when you feel like the person who should understand you the most understands you the least. And that again was just like, you were busy, your assistant bought the gift, sent it. Like, it wasn't a shopping bag, it wasn't wrapped. Like, it was just like, take this bag with this card written by my assistant. And you know me, I have zero chill, so I called you out. Like, I've just said thank you, I'm like, but I called you out. I used to be so fiery. Am I still fiery like that?
I think you're still fiery, but now you're slowly beginning to take your.
I'm
L's.
Softening. Yeah.
No, you're not softening, but now you're.
I'm not softening.
I was seeing this Pisces thing where you're like, oh, Pisces will say, I apologize for acting the way I did because you did this. Like, the apology is not.
No, it's like, sorry, you made me act out of character. Yeah. That like was so stubborn. Jeez. But no gift you've given me has been a miss. Apart from that.
I mean, for me, like,
have I given you anything that's been a miss?
I don't know, man.
Be honest.
For me, I hardly receive gifts. So I don't receive gifts a lot.
Really?
Yeah, for some reason people don't give me gifts.
Really?
Yeah, I think maybe maybe my friends believe that, oh, this guy has it. So
guys, please be sending Tosin gifts. He deserves gifts more than anyone.
And I think for my team, shout out to Ikenna and shout out to Ohima as well. Even my last birthday, Ikenna was like one of the only people that gave me a gift.
Aww.
And the gift was a perfume. It was a perfume, and that's the perfume I've been using that perfume since then. Because number one, like, he's a gift. I think because I've become so numb to gifts, because like I don't receive gifts a lot, so like I really don't care that much. But I'm not sure if I don't care about gifts because I've not been receiving gifts, so I've just become numb, or I actually don't care about gifts. But the times I really appreciate the gift is when it's a gift I can use. And so, like, I remember Ikena and Ohima and Susie were actually brainstorming and saying, what does this guy like? Because maybe it's also is maybe on one side is like people are not sure. People like, oh, I think maybe it's a mix of people saying, oh, Easy probably has everything he wants, so what can we buy him? Like, except you can buy me like a G Wagon, or you can buy me like.
You see, this is why people
Maybe
don't want to buy you gifts.
You can buy me some billboards so that I can advertise some empower artists on the billboards. Or you can give me like fundraising as a gift. I don't know, man. So basically, let me just say, because a lot of people know I don't put a lot of attention to like material things, and you could buy me an expensive gift and then you just see that I've left it on some place because I'm not using it. So because of that, it's hard for people to gift me. So like he cannot buy me the perfume because he knows he must have figured that I think Easy is into perfumes. Maybe he had seen me buying perfumes or something. So he got me perfume. And I really appreciate that. I have an idea of what I want to gift Ikena on his birthday this time.
But let's make this about me. What about my gifts?
Your gifts. I think there's some times where you've gifted me and it's I don't know, it's like because I'm numb.
Yeah, and I've seen your reaction is very weak.
Yeah.
And I guess
and
that
I'm like because, and the thing is I can't blame you, because when you ask me what do you want, like for Christmas, you asked me what do you want for Christmas, and nothing came to mind. I was like, I don't know. So because it's like I don't know, like I don't really know. So
no, but also we said we're not doing gifts for Christmas.
And then you said we're not doing gifts. So but remember when you asked me, I didn't even know.
Yeah, that's why I would try to get you something you'll use, like your carry-on on the plane.
So like the best gift, I'd say like one of the best giftings you've ever given me is my carry-on bag.
Yeah.
Because like I use that bag every time I'm traveling. So every time I'm traveling, it's a reminder that Temi got this for me. And it's like then it's personal, you know. And the bag is not expensive. Like
it's not?
It's not the most expensive bag in the world.
Shots fired. For context, this bag is Gucci. Before anybody gets it twisted.
Is the bag Gucci?
It's Gucci.
You see, I don't even care that it's Gucci.
Okay.
I just care that
But you're acting like it's one shopping bag.
Take that back. I just care that you gave me a gift that I use, that I get to use.
And your wallet?
Yeah. Did you buy me my wallet?
Every wallet you've had.
No, my present wallet I bought by myself.
You did?
But like
are you sure?
Yeah, the present one I bought in Ghana. Fine. But like when you gifted me wallet, at the time you gifted me wallet, I just used to have all my cards
in your pocket.
In my pocket. And then I used to lose my cards, or I put it in the bag and I lose the bag. So you see like the wallet, and now you bought me like my wallet for three in a row, where you see that it's old, you change it. You see, that's a gift I use every time. So it's sentimental. And like this, what you gave me for my birthday, like I might like the fact that I get to use it. Like, I think even I've given you stuff and seen that you're not using it. Or I've given you stuff and I've seen that when you and your assistant are doing giveaways for something, I've seen that you put it.
No, that's never happened.
I've seen it. I'm telling you.
Tell me what it was.
I don't know what it was, but it was you and Beauty giving some things away. And I saw something. I saw like 2 things I'd given you. I'd bought for you. I saw it.
Maybe it didn't fit anymore.
And I was just like, oh.
No, but the import, like the ring, all the jewelries, I can never give that away. That's gosh, that's not a good look.
So I mean, you've seen it for me too. You've bought me a shirt, and then you see.
Yeah, you give it away. Yeah.
Or you see,
a lot. Yeah.
Or you see the shades, and you see somebody wearing the shades, and you're like, that this is what you just gave me.
Yeah, true. True.
So it's been both ways. So I think for receiving of gifts, I will give it maybe like a 1.
A 1, okay, cool.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
that's the lowest one.
So let's move on to acts of service.
Yeah.
So acts of service is like probably the most important one for me, and the one that Tosin is like your best at. So this is like if I'm sick, I know Tosin will go and get me Panadol, ask if I've eaten, tell me I have to go to the doctor. If I need help with like reading a contract, you'll do it. Or I need to find a lawyer, you'll find it. Or I need to book this place, you'll get your assistant to help me. Like you help out. Like you help.
Yeah.
And you're so amazing about that. And that's one of the things I love about you most. I'm not sure about chores, like household chores, like making the bed and dishwasher, but like you do the top line stuff. You get it done.
Well, I like washing plates, by the way,
Yeah, but for your own mental calming. Like not as like, okay, let me tidy the house.
Yeah.
But in general, like acts of service, you're top tier. And I feel like it just shows that the other person in the relationship is there to support you. Like they're there as a buttress to like keep you up. And I feel like sometimes one person is going through more stress, one person needs more support, and the scales will just balance in that way. So if I know that Tosin has been on a call for 2 hours, he hasn't eaten, okay, let me order him food.
Yeah, you do that a lot.
Or for me, it's like, Temi is feeling stressed. Let me call and sort this thing for her so she doesn't have to do it. I think that is like really what makes a strong relationship, acts of service. So that's 5 out of 5 for me. What about you?
That's what, 5/5?
Yeah, my top.
Wow. So you know how I want to go back and even put, okay, I'll leave quality time at 3, words of affirmation at 2, but I think 5 is like, for me, my love language. I've just, yesterday when we're doing it, I said I have no love languages and none of them is important to me.
Yeah.
But now I realize that acts of service is really important to me. Like, and maybe that's why I can do it.
Because you want to receive it.
Yeah, because I want to receive it.
Yeah.
So like helping me do something. Especially without me asking. I know that's the problem.
That's the tricky
I'm not in
thing.
your head.
I'm not in your head. I don't know what I want you to help you with.
But that's really something I value over everything. Like, so like, somebody has helped me do, like, they've helped me order food. They've helped me plan I'm trying to do something. They've helped me do it. I think that's the most important thing to me. Acts of service, really. It's like, to be honest, is, now that I think about it, is number one. And maybe that's why. And for you, are you sure it's 5? Because there's sometimes, like, you've told me that you didn't really care about that. Like there's some acts of service that are more important than other acts of service.
Yeah, to me, I'm very specific.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm also like, if I can do it better than someone, like they shouldn't do it, please.
Yeah. But to me, like every form of acts of service
is nice.
Is 100%. So I think this exercise is good because it's made me realize what
is important to you.
And then the last one, physical touch. How important is physical touch to you?
I think, would you agree that I'm more touchy-feely than you?
More touchy.
I'm more touchy. I think we're both touchy, but I'm probably more.
Yeah, you're probably
like
more.
I get all up in your grill. Like this is TMI. Can I say this?
What?
But there are times when you're like washing your hands or peeing, and like I just have to be holding.
Yeah, and you come at home and you put your face. I'm like, come on, I'm trying to concentrate on this pee going like.
And you did it like I was washing my hands once, and you did it to me, and I was like, I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And I was like,
you're like, why are you following me around?
I was like, why are you following me around? And I was like, is this what I do all the time? Like, this is a lot. So I would say, yeah, I like to touch and hold hands and hug. And I used to say this all the time to Tosin. Oh, you haven't kissed me today.
Yep.
I said, we haven't kissed today. And then he'll laugh at me.
Yeah.
What about you? How important is physical touch? I would give it, for me, a 3 out of 5 as well.
3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. Maybe I'll give it 3.5.
Okay.
3.5.
Are we gonna add decimals?
Yeah, we add decimals as an engineer. So Temi's in order of Temi's over 5 words of affirmation, 4/5, quality time 3/5, gift receiving 3/5, acts of service 5/5, physical thought 3/5. So
yeah,
the total number is
I mean, I don't think
6,
the total makes
10,
it different.
15, 6, 10, 15. I'm a mathematician, so I have to.
You just want to add, like, that number is non-consequential.
6. 10,
What does that tell
15,
us?
17, 18. That's 19.
It just does it show us how much love we want?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, let's do yours.
19/5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 19/25. While mine is 2, 5, 6, 10, 13.5.
So I require more
Over
love,
25.
essentially.
Yeah. So we need to give Temi more love. And then I realized that acts of service is like the number one thing for you, followed by words of affirmation. Quality time, gifts received, and physical touch above average for you.
What are
For
yours?
me,
You didn't read yours.
number one is acts of service 5, followed by quality time, followed by physical thought 3.5, quality time 3, words of affirmation 2. So it's like
Okay.
wow, kind of the same on that.
Yeah.
It's been a lovely exercise. I didn't know this thing was even gonna be
You just scared me.
over it.
I thought that someone had broken into the room. Are you talking to me?
I think I like to just go official model of a sudden.
Sorry, that was a jump scare. Please carry on. But I think we've learned a lot about ourselves today.
Yeah. I've actually loved this exercise. Like I
Yeah.
think just maybe because I'm holding a
Piece of paper
and calculating.
you're calculating.
It's been nice.
I mean, you are an engineer. You have to make even love numerical. I love it. Anyway, we love you.
We love you guys.
I love you.
I love you too.
And see you for the final episode next week.
Boom. So that's it for this episode of How Far. Thank you so much for listening. You can find all our episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Google Play, and anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Don't forget to subscribe to our socials and follow our YouTube channel.
Share this episode on your socials and leave us with a review of 5 stars.
See you next week.